In the late 7th century, the Frankish kingdom was a land of intrigue, power struggles, and shifting allegiances. The death of King Theodoric III in 691 AD left the throne to his young son, Clovis IV, a mere boy of 9. A child who, despite wearing the crown, would never truly wield power. Instead, his uncle, the cunning and ambitious Pepin of Herstal, ruled from the shadows. This was an era where titles meant little, and the true game of power was played not on the battlefield but in the corridors of influence. Who truly ruled, the king, or the one who spoke on his behalf? Enjoying the adventure so far? Smash that like button, subscribe, share your thoughts, and drop a comment below. Also, follow me on Spotify, subscribe to my Patreon, support me on Buy Me a Coffee, and join me on Ko-Fi for more epic historical journeys. Imagine being just 9 years old and suddenly becoming the ruler of a vast kingdom. For Clovis IV, the weight of the Frankish crown was not one of power, but of quiet insignificance. Born around 677 AD, he was thrust into kingship upon his father's death, yet his reign was purely symbolic. The Franks called him a roi fainéant, a do-nothing king, a ruler in name only, whose every decision was made for him. Clovis IV sat on the throne, but his words held no authority. He was a figurehead, a boy dressed in royal robes while the real ruler moved the pieces behind the scenes. His fate was sealed from the moment he took the throne. He would be remembered not for what he did, but for what he was not allowed to do. While Clovis IV wore the crown, it was Pepin of Herstal who truly ruled. A man of iron will and unmatched ambition, Pepin was not a king, yet he was more powerful than one. As the mayor of the Palace of Austrasia, he had already consolidated vast influence, uniting the Frankish realms under his grip. Though he never claimed the throne for himself, he controlled every decision, every law, and every battle fought in its name. It was Pepin who arranged alliances, raised armies, and crushed those who opposed him. The Franks knew who their true ruler was. It was not the boy on the throne, but the man standing beside him. Pepin's rule would pave the way for a new dynasty, one that would one day change the fate of Europe itself. What does it mean to be a king with no power? Clovis IV was paraded through the halls of his palace, treated with reverence, but every law passed in his name was decided by Pepin. The nobles swore loyalty to the king, but in truth, they bowed to the mayor of the palace. Clovis IV was the last remnant of a system that was dying, a system where kings ruled absolutely. In reality, power had shifted. The title of king had become ornamental, while the true governance of the realm rested in the hands of those with ambition. This was no accident, it was a deliberate move by Pepin to cement his dynasty's control. And so Clovis IV, the child king, remained silent, while his uncle ruled in his name. It was a lesson in power. Titles could be given, but real authority had to be seized. Clovis IV's reign ended as quietly as it began. He died young, perhaps in 694 or 695 AD, still a teenager. There are no grand tales of his rule, no victories to his name, no sweeping reforms that changed history. He simply faded away, a footnote in the annals of the Frankish kingdom. But Pepin of Herstal? His legacy endured. His family would rise even higher, giving birth to the Carolingian dynasty, a line that would produce Charlemagne, the man who would unite Western Europe. The boy king was forgotten, but the man who pulled his strings. He shaped the very foundations of medieval European history. This is the story of kings and kingmakers, where some wear crowns, and others rule from the shadows. Thank you for joining this poignant journey through history. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment below. Don't forget to follow me on Spotify, subscribe to my Patreon, support me on Buy Me a Coffee, and join me on Ko-Fi. Let's honor our history, learn from its lessons, and inspire a brighter future together.